Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
For the correct operation of high-tech nodes and aggregates, each mechanism requires an electronic control unit. In itself, this term includes the concept of a system that controls all modes of operation of mechanisms. Most motorists have an elementary idea of what an ECU is and what its purpose is. Microchip with a clutter of microprocessors, resistors, converters, and other elements is quite a high-tech node, especially if you are not interested in the world of electronics and automation. Design. The complexity of the design depends on the multitasking of the functions performed. The more parameters that have to be processed, the more sophisticated the controller is. The ECU design assumes the presence of hardware modules and software. The microprocessor is at the head of the hardware part. Analog to digital converters are used to convert signals into pulses, understandable to it. Software is a set algorithm of actions, according to which the measurement of input parameters and adjustment of subsystems operation is performed. It includes functional and control modules. The functional part of the ECU is responsible for receiving, processing sensor signals and signaling to the executing devices. The control module monitors the correctness of the processed parameters. In case of deviations, it reconfigures the system. In other words, it is responsible for adapting to changing conditions. Control of units and assemblies. For modern cars, the electronic engine control unit is the most important element in ensuring the proper operation of the power unit. In order to achieve maximum engine performance, it is necessary to accurately dose the proportion of the fuel-air mixture, calibrate the injection timing, and optimize the operation of attachments. The first controllers were installed on injector engines. They controlled cylinder filling by taking into account the signals of only a few sensors: crankshaft position, intake air quantity, throttle position. The engine control unit in a modern car processes a much larger number of signals: camshaft position, presence of detonation in the cylinders, coolant temperature, oxygen content in the exhaust gases, and others. Because of this, it is possible to precisely optimize the interaction of the main processes in different engine operating modes. The control of turbocharging, exhaust gas recirculation system, gas distribution phase change is also controlled by the control unit. Program control is applicable not only with a gasoline engine, but also on diesel engines. In pair with the ECU of the motor in the car can be involved body position control module, transmission synchronization module, brake system control module, controller for activation of passive safety systems, and others. Diagnostics and programming. Such a large number of individual control systems requires a central think tank. The central synchronization module has access to reports from all individual centers. The information is coded and transmitted via the CAN bus. This allows the driver to receive real-time information on the degree of correctness of operation of components and units. Control. Notifications on the dashboard. Each ECU has a memory block where errors in the system operation are recorded. Diagnostic connector and a special device or appropriate computer software will help to identify the cause of many malfunctions. In models of later years of production, such a procedure is carried out by closing certain contacts in the fuse block. Diagnostics paperclip shows error codes, the decoding of which will give an idea of the breakdown. Everyone who at least once thought about improving the dynamics of his car knows what chip tuning is. By reconfiguring the electronic engine control unit, you can get a small increase in power without loss of resourcefulness. The advantage of this method of tuning is that even the most modern systems can be chip-tuned by a specialist in just a few hours. Causes and symptoms of malfunctions: factors provoking failure of ECU components, power surges, mechanical damage, traffic accidents. Vibration, moisture, ingress of technical liquids, unsuccessful reflashing. Due to its great importance for normal operation of vehicles, the designers paid due attention to the reliability of this unit. The fault of most breakdowns is caused by abnormal situations or unfortunate location. Such a problem is familiar to owners of Lada Kalina. The electronic engine control unit in this model is installed under the heater radiator. If it eventually begins to leak, the coolant gets inside the controller, violating the functionality of its components. Errors during flashing can also disable the ECU. In order to properly reprogram the system, you need to correctly read the software. If the firmware is recognized incorrectly, the new software can burn the controller. The main symptoms of ECU malfunctions include engine trolling, revolutions freezing, lack of stable idling, termination of power supply. To certain electronic devices, the latter signs are manifested when only part of the components of the control module fail. Troubleshooting: if your vehicle has had this kind of trouble, the controller can be repaired. It is not possible to repair the unit on your own without proper experience and knowledge. In case of unrepairability, the electronic control unit should be replaced with a new one. ECU operating principle. In conclusion, the engine control unit, or ECU, truly serves as the brain of modern vehicles, orchestrating a complex symphony of functions that ensure optimal performance, efficiency, and safety. From managing fuel injection to monitoring emissions, its role is indispensable in today's automotive landscape. As technology continues to evolve, the ECU will undoubtedly become even more integral, paving the way for advancements in electric vehicles and autonomous driving. Understanding its significance helps us appreciate the intricate engineering that powers our everyday journeys. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more insights into the fascinating world of automotive technology.